Welcome to Tech in the Car. I'm Oliver. This is the Genesis GV70 and this is the SUV from Genesis. And boy, is it a looker of a car. Like all of the Genesis models I've driven, these get looked at by everyone everywhere we go. It's amazing to look at, and there's loads of fantastic design features on this car. The first thing I want to start with is a Genesis 5-year care plan. So for 5 years, you get your warranty, you get your servicing, you get over-the-air updates, you get a courtesy car, and you get roadside assistance included with every Genesis car that you buy. That's a really fantastic package, and it's a really good way to get people interested in more than just a car, but the experience that Genesis are giving. I've partnered with Exchange My Car to give you a great deal on your car. You can get a price for your car or part exchange it with Exchange My Car, which is the smart way to sell your car. With Exchange My Car, they will give you the price that you were quoted as long as you're accurate in your description. They will arrange for somebody to come and collect it on a truck, and they will pay you before you let them leave with a car. You'll get the money first. Plus, you can part exchange if you want to against over 80,000 cars from reputable dealers, and they will even settle your finance for you. So you might be wondering, who are Genesis? I haven't heard of Genesis. Well, Genesis is the high end of Hyundai, but also you know what you're going to get in terms of a car that comes from a brand that you've heard of. These cars are fantastic value, like everything that Genesis does, and this car starts at £43,000 approximately. This particular model as spec with a load of extras, which we'll look at in a minute, is around the £50,000 mark. But the cars start at around £41,000 for the diesel, going up to 43 at the top. This car also has the remote parking from the key fob, which I've loved when it's been on Kia and Hyundai previously. So another great feature to add to this. And the design of this is very, very, very eye-catching. I mean, we've got these quad headlamps at the front here, which are full LED, which have got a really distinct daytime running light. We've got this giant crest here, which, if you remember, is meant to represent the logo of Genesis, because the wings are the two lights on each side and the crest is the grille here. So that's how that looks. We've got these fantastic lines down the side of the bonnet, which makes it look very sporty. I want to call out again the wheel design on all of the Genesis cars that I've had and they are all fantastic alloy wheel designs. I don't think there's a bad design that Genesis do for alloy wheels. I think Genesis are winning the awards for the best manufacturer design alloy wheels there are. They are all attractive, all look fantastic, all really well designed and very eye-catching. I love all the wheels on all of the Genesis models I've driven, and I'm sure that's going to continue going forward. So if you're after cool looking wheels, then these cars have definitely got everyone else beat, in my opinion. Yes, this car can change lane automatically, just like you can get a Tesla to do. Very, very cool from Genesis. Let's have a look under the bonnet of this GV70. So we got a big bonnet on struts. That's really, really nice. So this is a 2.2 litre diesel, 8-speed automatic, putting out 206 horsepower and 440 Newton meters of torque. There's also a petrol version which puts out 300 horsepower and around 300 Newton meters of torque. This car does between 38 and 40 miles per gallon. The petrol does between 27 and 29 miles per gallon. So the diesel is obviously a lot more efficient. On this car with a full tank, it gave me about 520 miles. On the petrol version, it will be less than that, probably around 300-ish miles. So if you want efficiency, diesel's the way to go. There is no hybrid version of this. However, the G80 Saloon has a hybrid electrified version. And also there is the all-electric GV60, which I'm going to check out hopefully soon as well. The other thing too is we've got these same struts for support and rigidity in the front of this car as well. Available exclusively in a very well equipped £64,405 sport trim, the new Electrified GV70 is the top of the Genesis range and has a range of up to 283 miles WLTP, plus a powerful dual motor setup that delivers a combined output of up to 360 kilowatts for 0 to 62 mile per hour time of just 4.2 seconds. It has advanced 800 volt electrical architecture that delivers class-leading charging flexibility with a 350 kilowatt rapid charger capable of replenishing the 77.4 kilowatt lithium-ion battery pack from 10% to 80% in just 18 minutes. And it is the top model in the Genesis range. Even though it isn't a purely electric model like the GV60, Genesis have given it the best of everything. So what do I think about what Genesis have done? Well, they've brought out really striking, beautiful looking cars to the UK since they launched in 2021. They've all got a amazing design. They've got distinctive looks. They are very, very eye-catching, and they come with a lot of technology. And whether we're talking about the G70, which is facelifted over a previous model, or all new designs like this, the GV70 and the GV80, and also the forthcoming GV60 EV, which is a brother of the Kia EV6 and Hyundai Ioniq 5, these cars are just really, really, really fantastic cars. And I think Genesis deserve a lot of credit for what they're doing, creating cars that not only look good, but are packed with technology and have fantastic benefits like the 5-year care plan. A few other companies are starting to do that, but for Genesis to come in straight away and offer that value proposition is something which really stands out and which I'm very, very impressed with. I certainly think if you haven't had a look at Genesis, haven't driven one, you should definitely take one for a drive, because they are fantastic, fantastic cars. I've never been so impressed by a car company that I haven't heard of until they launched before. So well done to Genesis. Let's talk colors for a second. This is Barossa Burgundy, which is obviously a purplish burgundy color, but there's also other cool colors. There's a matte green and a matte silver, like you would have seen on my G70 shooting brake video as well. Now, talking about the design of the rear side of this car, you notice something interesting. This line here, normally on most cars would go like this, go to the end and go back and join up here. But on the GV70, this line here, the silver line, actually comes out underneath the rear quarter window and then back and stops. That's a very unique design on the GV70. Another eye-catching factor to consider when you're looking at this car. The rear of the GV70 has got just as distinctive a design as the front. We've got our quad tail lights, and they wrap around from the side, which I love, just like on the front of the car. We've got the Genesis logo. We've got the little button on the windscreen wiper, which lets you open and close the boot, which I'm going to do in a second, just like the G70 shooting brake. And then we've got this silver design at the back here and this kind of honeycomb look where the sensors and the cameras, everything are at the back. There isn't any exhaust on the back of this car, it being the diesel, but on the petrol version there are 2 exhausts, one on each side. Now, how about space in the back of this car? Well, there's over 540 litres of space in the back of the GV70, so you've got a lot of space. And you can also put down the seats at the rear as well by pulling on the little tabs here, and then they will go down all the way like that. And then you have a lot of space here, including here with the tonneau cover, which you can remove, and actually that comes stored in this space here, which is very, very cool. I put it up there because I obviously wanted to cover what was in the back, but there's a lot of space back here. You can fit quite easily a 65-inch TV in the back there and everything you could want. Tons of space. It's not cramped at all. Very, very nicely designed. All soft plush material on the bottom here. We've got some nets here. We've got some hooks where you can attach stuff to in the back. So you've got a lot of space back here. And then of course, you can close it just like that, very, very simply. So lots of space in the back of the GV70. Here in the rear of the GV70, you can see there's a lot of space. I'm about 178. I've got a ton of head space here. This seat is in my driving position and I've got enough knee space. We've got netting here. We've got dual climate control here with a little screen where you can turn the knob up and down to adjust the temperature. These have also got the comfort seats, which are also Napa leather. So we've also got the ability to heat these seats as well. We also have sun blinds back here, which are very, very difficult to put up with one hand when you're trying to do it on camera. I managed to do it that time, but that was actually my 5th attempt doing it. So I cut 5 attempts out of there, but you can see they're there. We've got this beautiful metal design on the back here. We've got our extra speaker system on here, which gives you more power in the back of this car, which is an option. And then, you know, really nice materials. I have to say this again, this has got fantastic materials all over the car with this brown leather, which I really, really, really like, which matches the front of the car, which is burgundy. So the back here, very, very luxurious. Interestingly enough, this seat also has the ability to move it forwards and backwards using a button. Now, this was on the G70 Saloon that I had, and I thought that was on there because there wasn't a lot of space in the back, because there wasn't, because it was a very, very sporty looking saloon. But it turns out that Genesis seems to have that on all their models, just for more space. And you can imagine it's a really nice, considerate touch as well, leaving you lots of ability to move the seat forward. Inside the GV70, this interior is the most beautiful and most luxurious I've been in of all the Genesis models so far. It really, really is quite something. From this soft plastic on the top here to this beautiful leather here, which is stitched, to these fantastic ambient lights, which is an option, which go around the climate control and around the center console. Again, beautiful soft leather here, soft leather on the seats. These seats are just like the seats on the G70. 12-way adjustable. You can adjust pretty much everything on them. Plus these are ergo motion seats, which means they have massage features built into them as well. So they will massage you while you drive along. We've got these slimline vents here, which are in sort of a matte silver, which looks fantastic. I love matte. Anything matte looks good in a car. Shiny, glossy does not look good in a car, and Genesis have got that right here. There's lots of matte silver all over the place. We've got a beautiful start-stop button, which looks like it's got sort of an engraved design. And then we've got this 14.5-inch widescreen display, which is one of the biggest I've seen on any car, and which runs Android Auto and Apple CarPlay. I've also made a video comparing Android Auto and Apple CarPlay, so check that video out as well. Technology-wise in this car, other than that 14.5-inch display, we've also got our 12.3-inch 3D dials, just like on the other Genesis cars that you can option in Europe with the Innovation Pack, which looks fantastic. And I love the fact it displays data to you in a three-dimensional depth way, which lets you see what's going on when you're driving the car. So I really think that's a fantastic feature. We've got a massive head-up display, which is full color, which also displays album art, which I love. And this car, as I mentioned, has automatic lane change, just like a Tesla Model 3 or Model S or any Tesla. It will change lanes in certain positions at certain times. If you're on a motorway, it will pop up with a little icon which says lane change assist available. You can tap the indicator and the car will change lane. And it will also show it on the head-up display as well, something which Tesla does not have. Let's talk about this climate control. This is the most sophisticated version I've seen on any Genesis so far, and it's got little dials here which you can turn with a little screen in the middle, which I love the ability to tactile feel where you are and see the temperature too. We've got a screen here which is also touch sensitive, which allows you to adjust the heated and cooled features of these fantastic seats. And of course we've got buttons at the side here we can press to turn it on and off or sync it. We've got physical buttons underneath with quick shortcuts to map, nav. It can make a favorite shortcut, which I've set up for phone projection, Android Auto, radio, media, and setup. Here in the center console, we have a lot of controls, which are very interesting. Again, really high quality matte silver. We've got our gear selector, which is like a crystalline, looks a bit like a lampshade, which glows with the ambient lighting, which looks beautiful. I got it set as purple, and you just turn it to go between drive, neutral, and park. You press a button in the middle. And then we've got our touch wheel, control wheel, scroll wheel for the navigation system, because this is quite far away. You're not going to be able to touch that when you're driving. So you can use this to go between the settings on the touchscreen without having to actually touch the touchscreen. And then we have our 360 camera button here. This has got a fantastic 360 camera system, which lets you see all around the car. It lets you look at the car from an outside view as well and scroll around, which is super, super cool. And then next to that, we've got our drive modes and our terrain mode. So this car is a four-wheel drive, all-wheel drive car. And if I tap on the terrain, then it will give me the choice between snow, between mud, or between sand. So it will tune the four-wheel drive system to work with that in mind. This car is also available with a limited slip differential if you have the petrol version and you want that extra bit of sportiness when driving. This car has a lot of other features. Obviously, we've got a little space here for you to put your phone, wireless charging, two USB type A's there. And then we've got two cup holders here. And then we've got a cubby here with another 12-volt charger, a little box so you put your phone in maybe, or some change. You won't get a phone in there maybe if it was 10 years ago, but put some change in there. And then you've got a nice deep space where you can put your whatever you want there as well. So really, really, really nice interior, spacious, beautiful, comfortable. Driving the Genesis GV70, this car, like I said, has got an amazing interior. It's just so high quality. Everywhere you look when you're driving this car just oozes class and comfort. And with that 5-year warranty and service plan, it means that I get to enjoy the fact that I don't have to worry about anything going wrong, and about my servicing, and about being without a car, and about having all the other things which hassles you get with normal car ownership. So again, I wanted to mention that even though I'm driving the car now, I think that care plan is a big, big part of what makes the Genesis brand so appealing. As for this actual car, we've got great road visibility. I'm really sitting high up here. I can see clearly everything in front of me. The ride is really comfortable, even though we're on 21-inch wheels. Yes, if I go around a corner a bit quick, there's a bit of leaning, but it's a big car and you expect that in an SUV. This isn't a sports car. If we go between the modes between eco, comfort, and sport, in eco you definitely feel like the car holding back a bit and trying to be as efficient as possible. Remember, this particular car has got the 2-litre diesel engine, which has got 206 horsepower and 440 Newton meters of torque. So it's got a lot of torque lower down, more than the petrol engine. And with over 200 horsepower, it's not lacking for any power at all. And it definitely, when you put your foot down, you can definitely feel that acceleration. You can feel very comfortable knowing that everywhere you drive and everywhere you go, you've got that grunt at the lower end, and enough to get up to motorway speeds very, very, very comfortably. I can go over big potholes and I barely feel a thing, which is what you want in an SUV. And then we've got the technology inside this car. This car does automatic lane change. Yes, I did say automatic lane change, just like a Tesla Model S, Model 3, whatever model of Tesla, it can do it. This car has it. I've never seen that in a car that's not an EV before, and it's a really, really cool thing to have there, as well as a full color head-up display which lets you see album art and all the information in a really, really clear and concise manner in front of you, including when you're changing lanes using the automatic lane changing features. And then we've got obviously all the other safety features, the adaptive cruise control, the emergency braking, a fantastic 360 camera which lets you see all around the car, including moving your car around so you can see exactly where it is in relation to the space. We've got beautiful mood lighting in here. We've got fantastic visibility. We've got all of that technology. We've got these 3D dials, which I really, really enjoy using. If we put it into comfort mode now, that will improve the ride even more. And now it feels a bit more smoother than in eco mode. If we put it into sports mode, immediately the car feels like it's pouncing forward. I can feel that torque. It's more responsive on the throttle pedal, and the seats tighten at the sides here to keep me into my seat. I mean, you know, it's really, really cool. It did that on the other Genesis cars as well. I love the seats on these Genesis cars. They are really, really comfortable and fantastic to drive. I'm very, very impressed with them. So overall, this is a really comfortable car. It's super efficient. In the diesel form, it can do around 14 miles per gallon. It's about 29 in petrol form, but in diesel I've got around 500 miles on a full tank compared to around 300 miles on a petrol full tank. And it's super comfortable, super high quality, super safe, and it looks so stylish. What is my final verdict on this, the GV70? So for comfort, 4 out of 5. It's very, very comfortable. The only thing which would be more comfortable is if it was being driven by somebody else. For driver assistance technology, 5 out of 5. For efficiency, this is a diesel, so I give it 3 out of 5. For parking, 5 out of 5, because it does everything itself, including being able to remotely park from the key fob. For value, 5 out of 5. This is fantastic value, starting at around £43,000. Overall, this is a fantastic car. When you include the Genesis Care Plan, I can't see any reason why, if you're after an SUV, you wouldn't want to buy one of these. I think Genesis are really throwing down the gauntlet for the German companies with value, technology, and comfort, and it's a fantastic package. I hope you found this video useful. Please give me a like, subscribe for more on the channel, and I'll see you soon. Thank you very much.